What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy J Dub, the #1 comment on YouTube, and I'm back with another review. Today, I will be reviewing. What am I reviewing? I always got to think about that sometimes. I'm reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville, and this is season 4, episode 7, My Bloody Galentines. And before I get started, for those who are new to my show, what I do, I review reality shows. I do a detailed review, and I may even pick up some details you may have not have picked up. But as I said in my intro, I am YouTube's #1 commenter. So that's what this channel is all about. It's all about the comments. This is the place where, if you normally don't make comments, this is the spot for you. I like 4-page comments, short comments, 100 comments, one long comment, whatever it is. All comments are welcome. The only thing that I ask, because we do have a community over here, and that community is the Dub fam, is that we respect each other. Now, if you want to talk about, what's on the TV screen, have at it. If you want to talk about Martell having the Dr. Spock ears, so be it. If you want to talk about Miss Wanda asking questions and all that kind of stuff, have at it. But, stay respectful to my peeps, because respect over here is huge. Other than that, motto of this channel is say what you say. So I want to say, I guess, for those who do know, I have been behind on my reviews. I had a little getaway to the Shy, and that's kind of backed up things, especially dealing with my real estate journey on the grind, trying to get this done and all of that. But I'm here, and I'm here to make up pretty much about all the reviews I can. We're pretty much working on Saturday night schedule, or have you. It would normally be out on Sunday, but this is from last week. Because, I'm getting the days mixed up myself. So, something I forgot to mention on a couple of my videos. Now, we're doing Love and Marriage Huntsville right now, but for those who are really into Ready to Love, you have to check out Little Black Book 91 interview with Sabrina. And I got to put a quick disclaimer. It's probably going to take a whole hour for it really to get good. But for all the stuff I've been saying about Sabrina, I take it all back. Not that I was really dogging her, but the way she was putting that storyline together about what's really happening behind the scenes, she was spitting bars. She turned my whole perspective of her around. I have much respect for Sabrina 2.0. I got, of course, respect for Sabrina 1.0 from the previous season, but Sabrina 2.0 has totally turned from a villain to the favorite because, of course, Joyless Joy ain't on my radar no more. So let's get into the show. I'm about 3 minutes in. Let me get on with this thing. So it starts off with Kimmy. She's visiting Destiny at her beauty supply store. And I noticed when Kimmy pulled up, she pulled up in a white Range Rover just like Mel. And I'm thinking, did she buy Mel's Range Rover or what have you? I knew Kimmy had an older Range Rover and it was silver. I said I pick up little details. I'm really a car fanatic. So I definitely pick up on cars. I don't know. We're going to see through the time, because I saw in the show Mel had another Land Rover, but it wasn't a Range Rover. So I don't know if it was in the shop or she bought another one. So Kimmy's. But who knows? So Kimmy's really there with Destiny to play the peacemaker with the situation going on with Destiny and Mel. And to me, just to keep going back and forth with this subject, it's extremely exhausting. I get tired of the constant back and forth of he said, she said. Destiny really didn't talk about Mel, but Mel said she did and all that. I don't know what's the truth going on, but Kimmy just wants to get Destiny and Mel back on good terms, if it's possible. So Destiny's side of the story is pretty much that she had a conversation with Mel, I guess one-on-one, and that Mel really didn't hear her say anything bad about Tisha. She was just discussing Mel to Tisha, but she also apologized. And Kimmy brought up the subject of saying, oh, you apologize, so that means you admitted doing something wrong. She's like, no, I apologize because she felt that way. That's the new thing. I don't know when this new if I hurt you kind of apology comes into play. that's like this. That's like the weakest apology that you can, non-apology that you can bring, like where you're saying like, hey, you felt that way, so I'm sorry you felt that way. That has nothing to do with what you did. But I mean, that's a way. That's if anybody. I don't even look for apologies, but if anybody tried to, like, I gotta stop right there because I can't hear that. That's so fake and it lacks self accountability. But anyway, like I said, Kimmy's just trying to get things going with the girls because she's just saying the divide, it just feels so much different than before all the other fallouts because Destiny, her posture is different, the way she's acting as well as Mel. So Kimmy's going to throw a Valentine's party, but for the gals, in which that's why the title is called Galentines. And she wants everybody to just be there. And like I said, I don't know what's the truth because we're going back and forth and people are telling their versions of the truth. And I could say I can really understand Mel's position with Destiny. Destiny has been like on the fence. And really, Mel is like surrounded by a town who she feels like, her husband is just playing in her face for what? Over 5 years with a mistress, with a baby, all that kind of stuff. And I can't imagine being stuck in that town and dealing with that humiliation. I don't know what's the population of Huntsville, but I'm sure everybody pretty much knows everybody. So I get Mel's position. So Marceau, we go to the next thing. Marceau, he's visiting his older brother Maurice. And I always have to kind of remind myself of that because I imagine Maurice is the younger brother. Because, Marceau looked like he's about 56 years old. And I always question that. And I would say, even though Marceau he looks 56 years old and he's the younger brother, I can really say I'm proud to see how Marceau has the accomplishments he's made, him and Tisha, in business. Because I remember, years ago, I guess when the show first started, season 1, I was Facebook friends with Marceau, and he had mentioned like how he was hoping to get a hotel, constructed. At this point now, he's got 3 and 4 bids to build hotels and all other things. So that means his business is flourishing, and I love to see that when people, I guess, thrive in their careers, whether they go to school or not. But it's just the fact that they're doing it. They're not just getting by. They have thriving entrepreneurship. I love to see that. And Marceau pretty much, I guess he stopped by Maurice's office to run by what he thought about Martell asking him to be a part of their former company together called Scope, in which Marceau and Tisha own the shares to. And I would say Maurice really put his lawyer hat on in this situation because he was really asking some interesting questions, just saying, well, you want to test out Martell in a smaller project. That's not really going to show you if he's going to be a great business partner. And Marceau is just saying, yeah, it's kind of like a test just to see if he'll do right or whatever. And really, only thing is like stopping in the situation is Tisha, because Tisha is the majority owner in Scope. And Tisha, like, she may be a naive person from what we see, but we can see she about business. Because why would anybody go join in business with Martell Hope? Like, his character is low. And you can see when it's Mad Day, he gets upset. He's going to try to, like, burn the business to the ground, and he's just not going to care. It's like he's a guy who really has nothing to lose, even though he got 5 kids. He done lost Mel, and his whole life is just flipped upside down. I think Martell's just playing nice right now, so I'm kind of glad that Tisha is, like, withholding that. But Maurice brought a great point up. He's saying, like, well, if Tisha is the majority shareholder and you own the other shares, whose shares are you going to sell if you're considering? Then Marceau was like, I didn't think of that, so it ain't really on the table right now. So that was like just a waste of time, but I get it that he was trying to bounce the idea off his big brother. So we see Mel. She's visiting her therapist. Her therapist is named Dominique. And I have to say, I pick out the little details. When I looked at Dominique, I saw like a filter of Mel's mother, Miss Van, like the way the lady spoke, the shape of her face, her skin tone. It was like Mel was talking to her mother. It kind of freaked me out when I first saw it, but Of course, okay, that's not Mel's mother because the lady Dominique is much younger. But the therapist get into with Mel saying like, if she's taking care of herself, what is her social life like? And Mel saying like, that's a pretty interesting question because the way she deals socially, she has like a very tight knit circle going on. And like I said, I really get that because she's saying once she's like done with the show, she kind of goes to herself. And Mel saying she makes it a point to stay away from energy sucking vampires or whatever, and that's really important to her. And the therapist like commended Mel on taking that approach, but saying also like even when you interact in some type of circle, whatever goes on, you have to be able to show self-control throughout whatever goes on, even though you try to avoid energy vampires or what have you. And the doctor wanted to know, like, I noticed a change, like, since from last year, you were all about peace and zen and all those things. And Mel let her therapist know, like, that was the 2021 Mel. This is 2022. 2022 Mel pretty much matches your energy. If you put it out there like that, she going to bring it to you. She going to give it to you. And I get that because Mel made a good point with saying, like, well, people start to perceive you to be weak when they come for you or jab at you or make a dig at you and you don't respond. And like I said, I'm not a believer that everything needs a response because people tend to, they try to provoke you. They want a certain reaction, a negative reaction out you to pull you out your character, to make you lose something. So you can't go with everything, but sometimes, yeah, you do have to stand up and let the people know, like, don't play with me, you know. So I totally get where Mel's coming from. And I could say, just dealing with Mel, I could just see her position. Like, I'm not a huge Mel fan because, bottom line, I almost look at her as like Martell because to me, she's been in such close contact with Martell, being, married like 12 years. She's really like, to me, is my opinion, she's infected by Martell's toxicity. So she's almost just as bad as him, but just in a different way. So I blame Martell, but I would say Mel is just as bad, just in a different way. But he did it. That's all I'm going to say. You know, but everybody plays a part in it. So we see Martell. He's visiting his business partner, Fred. And, you know, that's the guy who Martell's been using the business license for construction. And Martell's letting Fred know that I believe he closed on a property, and just to show Fred that, you know, he's serious about moving forward in the construction business and everything. And Fred just happens to bring up, which is very important, but he kind of knows that this is a sore spot for Martell. He's like, you know, when you going to get that business license going on or whatever? And, you know, Martell, point blank period, doesn't feel like he needs to get this this business license on his own because he's saying, hey, like, you know, Fred, you got one. What do I need one for? And I mean, he's like doubling down on it and confirming, like, you know, you got me. And Fred kind of, you know, trying to give Martell the real, you know, easy, because if you talk to Martell a certain way, he's just going to remove himself from the situation. He's saying like, well, what if we fall out? And Martell's like, well, you know, men and women are different. I stayed with Mel for 12 years and it kind of took some time. Men can kind of talk that out. And I'm like, making that statement, it shows me that Martell didn't have some type of positive male role model in his life because he doesn't have those characteristics of a man that's wanting and needing to stand on his own. He's okay with Mel holding a business license. He may be talented in some other area in construction, but he's not fit to run or has a desire. Now Mel is done with him. Now he's latching on to his friend Fred for the business license. I mean, stand up like a man on your own too. You claim you're a boss and all that. That reasoning shows me that Martell just does not have it. He really believes like, okay, it's fine to do that. I don't need my business license. I can hang on or cling on to the next business license, which makes no sense. And he's not a boss if he's doing that. So I thought Fred like really made a good point, but you can't really get nothing through Martell. He's only in his own thinking. So we get to the Kimmy's Galentine party for the ladies, and Kim and Kim and Tiffany are already there, and they're waiting. They wait on the other ladies, but they're actually late. And who's first to arrive is Tisha, and Kimmy is kind of surprised with Tisha. I guess with their attire, Tisha got like a little tied up half shirt on, almost, if you will, and some pink pants and some Jordans. And she looking like this is kind of off because we kind of we were like dressed up or whatever. But I am surprised that you're here, like the first one here or whatever. You're doing better. But Kimmy kind of made a joke of, I guess, like she's ready to that Tisha's like ready to start some ruckus or whatever, and Tisha pretty much saying like, nah, I ain't coming for that. But that's exactly what it seems like she did, because everyone is like, I'm sure they have the instructions to dress up, but Kimmy's look like she's ready to fight. And I'm thinking, like, is that really called for? Like, they're not 24 years old. These are 40-year-old women pretty much. And I'm sure she's heard enough about Marceau and her marriage and how naive she is. And at this point, as a master degree holder, owner of businesses, we get ready to fight over some rumors or some he said, she said. Like, it got kind of ridiculous. I mean, I like let's say the drama of the scene, but do I really want to see like Mel or Tisha fight and all that? No, I really don't, because they should be all above that. But when Tisha walked in the door, you could tell she was on one. You could tell the energy is off. It came like through the screen, and she was just on something. I don't mean drugs. I mean just like emotional. And, she was like giving fake happy. So who came to the party next is Mel and Stormy. Now, I can tell you, I don't know if it's because I don't really like new people or I'm really into likable people. And Stormy is a new person, and to me, she isn't likable. Stormy is just what her name is. Like, she's causing ruckus. It's going to be a problem. She's insightful. And I don't like Stormy's mannerism. It's like Stormy will start a fight or something just by her mouth. And Destiny, she's the one who came in. She came in last, and she come in. They made Kimmy told her she needed to twerk because she about, I don't know, 2 hours late or however late she was, and she trying to twerk, and she barely filling out her dress in the top and the bottom. But okay, she looked nice, because I told y'all, I always say before, I'll be tired of saying the joke, but every time I see Destiny's face, she reminds me of the singer Monica, and she reminds me of a Cabbage Patch doll. I wish I knew how to edit and how to put the singer Monica right here and the Cabbage Patch doll here. That's what they look like. She looked like mixed together. But so they start off with like a little game in which they say like people may perceive them this way, and then what they have is a misconception. And I don't think that's a good game. I know it was supposed to be an icebreaker or what have you, but it seemed like it would start something. And then it was there. It was just like a warm-up to have conversations. So one misconception that really stood out to me when Destiny said that her being aggressive is a misconception. And like Kimmy like kind of pointed out, and they were going back doing like I guess little flashbacks or whatever through the confessionals. And that's the thing with me. I always hear that, like, oh, you cannot call a black woman aggressive. Like, and I'm thinking, does anybody look up the definition of aggressive? Someone who's likely to attack, or let's go, likely to confront. That's what aggression is. So, like, if a black woman or any man is behaving that way, they're behaving aggressively, no matter what. It ain't you can't say that. And Destiny gives off that she's had a pattern of aggressiveness. And it's the thing, like, even they got into a situation where Kimmy's like, hey, look at you getting aggressive with me. Because, I mean, that's how she do when she get hyped and she get excited or whatever. But, the party ends up leading to where Tisha gets aggressive and asking like, well, we cut the chit chat. I hear y'all looking for me and all that, so what's up? What's that? What's going on? And then and Melody made a little joke in her confession, like Tisha just got all hood immediately, like, what's up? What's going on? Who looking for me and all that? Yeah, because that was extra. It was unbecoming, and you're not going to get nothing solved coming at people like that. Who was really scared of Tisha for real? Not even little Melody, little skinny Melody. She ain't scared of Tisha. Nobody's scared of Tisha. But obviously, Tisha is fed up, and she had it up to here because she's deflecting because she's dealing with all this. She's tired of all the accusations with her husband Marceau. Because you know what? Allegedly, he's out there creeping. He's out there doing her dirty. So she's lashing out at the people who got something to say. So Melody, I like how Melody handled the situation initially. Like she came in talking calmly and trying to understand, like, hey, you know, I wasn't talking about you like that. We're at your party, and Tisha like, yeah, well, so you know, we're gonna call names. My cousin Kiki was there and said y'all was sitting there talking about me, and Melody was like, oh, let me stop right here, pick up the phone, put Kiki on the phone on speaker so they can hear what's going on. And I like that. That kind of stopped the flow or whatever. And Tisha was on one and telling Kiki like, hey, we on speakerphone, so you better tell the truth. And it was pretty much Kiki still kind of tried to backpedal about when she was at Melody's party. She was saying like it came up and Stormy brought it up and we were just discussing it and I was telling her some things or whatever. And I like how Kimmy jumped in. She was like, well, Kiki, you said you didn't say anything, but saying something is saying something. And Melody like, I'm a girl, I'm going to let you go. Because they kind of disproved Kiki they actually proved Kiki was talking about Tisha and everything. And like I said, as a lot of us believe that Tisha is, she brought an excellent point up. Like, okay, me and you, I guess on the outs, but now you're inviting my blood cousin over who I've never seen you hang out with. So now all of a sudden y'all best friends. And she got a point. Mel is denying it, but it's given some type of underhanded, some sneaky like enemy of a friend. I'm getting like Tisha Miss Wanda. I can't even get it out. Where someone what I'm going to get it. A enemy of my friend is my friend. Is that how you say it? I don't know because I feel like I'm having Miss Wanda moment. So anybody really who don't like your enemy is your friend. I'm gonna put it like that because I don't want to get tongue tied and waste no more time on the video. But yeah, so we know Melody has some type of ulterior motive. But where it really got going is when Melody was trying to talk to Destiny and trying to work that out where, you know, they had a conversation, but Destiny was up here with that energy or whatever. So that kind of didn't really help things or whatever. And Tisha started jumping into the conversation. Then it just like all hell broke loose because with the aggressiveness that Destiny was giving to Melody, Tisha was jumping in. So it got all chaotic and Mel called Tisha a bitch, you know, and that wasn't right. But I guess Mel got upset or whatever. And right before the party started, Kimmy told like Tisha and Tiffany that like we don't want to use words like even to start things like girl and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't hear Tisha say it, but they was arguing so much I couldn't even really hear what they were saying. But we know the argument just got going, and after Melody called Tisha a B, here come Tisha jumping up, and they get ready to fight and like holding it back. And then I mean even Stormy got into it because she talking to Destiny, and the way Stormy talks, Stormy is insightful, and it got aggressive with Destiny because it didn't seem like Stormy was trying to solve a problem. She's trying to start something, and they got into a back and forth with Stormy, like because it seemed like Destiny was trying to copy the way Stormy was talking, and Stormy was like, "Yeah, I know you love you trying to be like me." I thought that was a little slick, but it got a little hood and ghetto. But at that point, Stormy and Destiny about to get into it, and I'm like, it's too much. It's way too much. They should have been able to talk it out better, or Kimmy could have maybe done a better job mediating because that was her goal. She should have set some more rules. Maybe say, here, take a heart, and only you can talk, and then when you can pass the heart or do something because that party was out of control. So pretty much that was it. It was a to be continued. So we're gonna have some more mess going on. And hopefully now we're going to get to find out what's going on with the accusations with Marceau, and Tisha going to want to get to the bottom of it. And I definitely want to hear what the questions that Miss Wanda got to say. So, all right, that's pretty much it. Drop down in the comments. Tell me what you think, what I missed. And I'm going to continue to work from here to catch up with my videos all this weekend so I can get them out to y'all. I appreciate y'all watching, y'all rocking with me. And as I tell y'all could be anywhere in this YouTube world, but you're here with me. I really appreciate it, and I really mean it.